Hey guys, Maction from tabletroms.com here, and the other day I received wonderful news. You see, Square-Enix has now made available the original Final Fantasy as a port for the Android operating system. Now, I don't need to tell you how near and dear this game is to my heart, how many times I've played it, and how much I love the original for the Nintendo Entertainment System. But the question is, will this port stand up to the high expectations that I have from that delightful 8-bit graphics of yesteryear? Well, let's get right in there and find out. Well, since I'm such a big Final Fantasy fan, I'm going to start off with all the things I really like about this port to Android. First of all, you don't have to backtrack through the menus. I mean, you just go ahead and whatever menu you're in, you just pick close. Whereas in other times you've had to backtrack through every single menu. But this one you can just go for. Equipment used to have 4 spaces on each character for armor and 4 spaces for weapons. But now it's just part of the normal item set, so you can carry a lot more, especially if you're not using it. Magic now has a sort of mana pool style, in that you have an allotment of magic points, and then you can use your total magic points, as opposed to the original where you only had a certain quantity of times you could use a specific level of spell. 10 times for level 1, 4 times for level 2, and so on and so forth. And this is really nice. One of the fun things is that they did keep some of the English. Like, I, Garland, will knock you all down. That was a real fun one from the original. And all in all, this is a lot more user-friendly. It's easier to buy equipment, to buy items. You can buy more than one at a time, which, you practically needed a turbo button on the NES to get as many potions as you needed for the next dungeon crawl. Attack overflow. This may not seem like a big thing, but it is huge. I mean, this changes the whole way that you approach battle. And you'll know what I mean if you've ever played the original. You had to space out each particular fighter or black belt or whatever onto a different enemy. Now you can just let them go. Now the downside is, it is randomized, the overflow. And, well, you win some, you lose some. Cons. In the combat system, there is no longer a front and back row, which means my mages get pummeled pretty bad. Of course, it seems as though they've really scaled up the hit points on mages to kind of counteract that, and that's nice, but I really enjoyed having a back row and having those mages just not get hit as much. There is no soft reset, which means if you want to go back to the title screen or load another game, you're going to have to die and the game's going to start over again, or you're going to have to shut the whole thing down and start the program back up from the beginning. And now for the biggest beefs. For starters, it requires a license check every time you start up the application. Every time. That means if you don't think you're going to have internet, if you're going to be traveling, anything like that, sorry, can't play Final Fantasy 1. Which is a real pain because, to be honest, that's why I buy 40-hour RPGs, is so that I can have something to do when I don't have the internet. So I really think Square-Enix shot themselves in the foot here. And the other one, and this is awful, it's the screen size. Now, let me go ahead and give you a look. This is how the screen appears on my screen with one tablet. And this is how my screen appears on another one from my other tablet. You see how even between two Android tablets of similar size this is kind of a deal breaker for me. As much as I love this one, I'm going to have to recommend that if you are interested in buying it, that you do not. Wait. At the very least, wait until they have this problem sorted out, because I'm confident that Square Enix will in the future get this fixed and, scale up the resolution or whatever it is they have to do. I'm confident that in the future they'll take care of this, but until they do it, don't buy this game. At $7, it is too much to pay for an unfinished product. So I really, really wanted to give you good news on this one, but if you're feeling adventurous, go for it. Otherwise, like I said, wait for the final version to come out once they've finally fixed this issue. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys soon.